seen till now, what are the things, the foundational concepts which we have seen, which is talking about like a four yugas and what is its relevance to us, like okay, how to do the devotional service, how to attain Krishna Loka, how to attain Krishna. This four yuga we have seen. Then how Vishnus are coming from Lord Krishna, like in and his expansions that we have seen. Then what are the five topics of Bhagavad Gita? It is talking about that we have seen. The five topics of Bhagavad Gita is Jiva, Prakriti, then Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. In that, only karma is non-eternal, all others are eternal. So then we have seen what is Bhagavad Gita like? How many slokas are there? How many chapters are there? What is the relevance? All those things we have seen the foundational concepts. Then we have seen like the first chapter. What is the name of the first chapter? Hare Krishna.
Observing the armies in the battlefield.
Yeah, battlefield of Kurukshetra. Very good, Mataji. Observing the armies in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So there, both the armies been assembled. Then Sanjaya, who got the special vision to see what is happening in the Kurukshetra, is explaining to Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra, being blind, like he's asking Sanjaya, like what my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So in that itself, we see the um, the minute mind of Dhritarashtra, like a very narrow, selfish mind of Dhritarashtra. Then he want to see like it is Dharma Kshetra. Yeah, he's very partial and biased also. The Dharma Kshetra, he want to see like whether that Punya Bhumi changed the minds of Dhritarashtra, sorry, Pandavas and the Kauravas. Okay, that is what he's asking. Then Duryodhana is explaining about his armies. Then Arjuna is explaining his own armies. Okay, then what are the five Shankas of like a Pandavas? And the Krishna Shanka name is
Panchajanya.
Panchajanya. Then Arjuna Shanka name
Devdutt.
Devadatta. Yeah. Then Yudhishthira
Bhima
Maharaj.
Pandra.
Bhima Pandra, very good. Okay, Yudhishthira Maharaj is,
Anant Vijay.
yeah, very good. Then
And
Nakul and Sakadeva is
Sughosh and
Mani Pushpaka, yeah, very good. Okay, so all these Sankas name like we have seen, and what are the reasons for what are the victory signs like okay for Pandavas? How it was a symbol like we have seen starting from like the emblem of Arjuna in the chariot of sorry emblem of Hanumanji in the chariot of Arjuna. Then the chariot was given by Agni Dev, and Lakshmi was present. Like Krishna was present personally with Pandavas and Arjuna. Then the Punya Kshetra, which is Punya Bhumi, like the Kurukshetra, was the victory symbol. Then the other thing is the conch shell. Conch shell is the representation of, like, okay, it is a paraphernalia of Lord Vishnu. So that was personally present with them. And while they were blowing the conch shell, the tumulus sound, which is shattering the sons of Dhritarashtra. So that also like a victory signs. So these are the various victory signs like we have seen. And then Arjuna is asking, okay, I am not willing to fight. He is giving like a five reasons not to fight, and he is asking Krishna to draw his chariot like in the midst of the army, and he want to see like who is fighting, who is not fighting, who is fighting to who is assembled here like to fight. So what are the 5 reasons like Arjuna is saying for not to fight? Hare Krishna.
Aruna Shankara,
Yeah. Then Prabhu, 5 reasons quickly. These are
Compassion,
compassion,
enjoyment,
enjoyment, very good. Compassion, enjoyment, then
fear, fear of sinful reactions,
fear of sinful reaction, which is family tradition will be vanquishing all those things. Okay. Then
indecision,
indecision. Yeah, very good. Hmm.
and destruction of family
Yeah,
tradition.
destruction of family tradition. Yeah. So these are the things like he's compassion for on the bodily platform, and he's fearing like the sinful reaction will come, and the family tradition will be vanquishing. Like he's unable to take any decision. All these things like he's saying for not fighting. Okay. So then Arjuna is sorry, Krishna is listening all these things like okay, very patiently, and he is just going to answer to Arjuna in the chapter 2. So we are in the chapter 2. What is the acronym of like a chapter 1? We already discussed, correct? Like a short way of remembering the chapter, the whole concepts like explained in the chapter. What is the acronym for chapter 1?
Doubt,
Doubt, yeah. Okay, very good. D represents Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra. Then O represents like a ominous result. U represents like a uncertainty on the mind of Arjuna. B represents like a bewilderment of Arjuna. Then T represents turning point. Okay, T represents turning point where Arjuna is surrendering to Krishna. Till now, like he was considering Krishna as a friend, but now he is considering Krishna as his spiritual master. He is surrendering as a guru to Krishna. So he's requesting Krishna to instruct him. Okay, this is what um, we have to do. Like whenever we are in the midst of very tough situation, we are unable to take any decision at the time we need to surrender to Krishna. We have to surrender to Krishna all the time. But whenever like we are in a very distressful situation, that are, that time like we have to immediately surrender to Krishna. Okay, so these are the things we have seen. Then immediately like a Krishna just responding to Arjuna. Okay, these are not at all befitting for a learned man. How these impurities come upon you? Okay, this is not good. Okay, you are mourning for like okay, which is the body which is going to be like a perishable. So he's going to say all these things. Okay, now he's going to talk about the what is the name of the second chapter?
Gita,
No. First chapter is the observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Second chapter is contents of the
contents
Gita.
of the
Yeah, contents of the Gita summarized. Okay, so it is going to talk about all the concepts like I explained in the Bhagavad Gita. So this very important chapter because here Krishna is going to talk about Karma Yoga. Krishna is going to talk about like a Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. We saw okay how this 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita been segregated. We already seen in the foundational side. This 18 chapters been segregated in 3 parts. What are those 3 parts?
Prabhu, first is the Karma Yoga, then middle Bhakti Yoga, then Jnana Yoga.
Very good. First, the 6 chapters Karma Yoga. It is talking predominantly like a Karma Yoga. The next 6 chapter is like a Bhakti Yoga, and the last 6 chapter is like a Jnana Yoga. Why? We already seen like okay in the foundational slides why Krishna is talking Bhakti Yoga in the center, correct? The precious thing we always keep it in the middle, correct? The jewel box, in the jewel box, like at the top would be the jewel, this one opening, and the bottom would be like at the base, but at the center only we will keep the jewel, correct? The similar way, Krishna wanted Arjuna and everyone to learn about, okay, what is needed to know about bhakti, okay, what is needed to perform bhakti. So he is just preparing all those things, and he is delivering a important content in the middle. Okay, that is the reason Bhakti Yoga been talked in the middle, correct? But in the second chapter, like he's going to talk about all the yoga, like Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, everything. Like he's going to give a very gist of it. Okay, so that is the reason. Second chapter is the second largest chapter in the Bhagavad Gita. The largest chapter is 18th chapter. Okay, where he's doing the conclusion. But before that, like the second largest is this particular chapter, the second chapter. Okay. So that is very important. So because here it is going to talk about everything like in karma, jnana, dhyana. So the reason, okay, we have to listen all these things like very, very carefully. Okay. So then Krishna now going to talk about, okay, he's saying why you are mourning for like something which is going to be perishable. Then he's going to talk about the uh, 30 characteristics of a soul. Okay, so very philosophically, he's going to talk about the Sankhya Yoga. So that is what we are going to see. Quickly, we'll see. Like these are the 5 reasons Arjuna saying, like, yeah, I'm not going to fight. Compassion, enjoyment, saintliness, and fearful of sinful reaction, and destruction of family tradition, then indecision. Then in the section we have seen from 2.1 to 10, Arjuna further doubts and he surrender. So, can anyone say, like, what is the sloka number 2.7, where it is a turning point of Bhagavad Gita? This sloka is called as a turning point of Bhagavad Gita. So, Karpanya dosho. Anyone by hearted that sloka? Remember the sloka? This very important sloka. So, we will recite. Karpanya dosho pahada swabhavaha. गच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मोदचेतसः यश्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहंसादि mam tvam prapannam. Mam tvam prapannam. Mam means like a Arjuna is saying mam. Tvam means like a unto you. And prapannam, who is surrender. Okay. So we have to surrender to Krishna because the same thing in the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita also, what Lord says, okay, Sarvadharman parityajya mam ekam saranam braja. Aham tvam sarva papebhya moksha ishami masachaga. Okay, so Arjuna is an exalted devotee. He knows how to surrender. He has been put into that situation by Krishna so that he can teach Bhagavad Gita to all of us via Arjuna. So that has to be understood very, very clearly. Okay, Bhagavad Gita is not being taught to Arjuna only. It is taught to all of us. Okay, for that reason only we have to remember this, and we have to remind ourselves. Okay, we have to surrender to Krishna. Okay, then 2.11 to 30 he's going to talk about the jnana fight. There is no death for the soul. So here only like the 30 characteristics of the soul is going to be explained in this particular sloka, in these slokas. Okay, um, so we saw till 2.16 last week. Okay, I will just go here. Okay, 2.16 we have seen where what is the meaning? Okay, those who are seers of the truth have concluded that the non-existent material body there is no endurance, and of the eternal soul there is no change. We already seen this one last week, right? For material body there is no endurance, like there is no permanent thing, eternity for the body. At the same time, for the soul there is no change. Okay, soul is not going to change. What is the size of the soul? We have seen last week, right?
as small as the tip of the hair?
Not only tip of the hair, Mataji, if you take a tip of the hair, cut that into like 1,000 pieces. That one piece is like the size of the soul. Tip of the hair itself is very, 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 very minute, correct? It may be like in the milligram or like a micro. We need like the microscope to see the tip of a hair. If you take the tip of the hair, then cut that into like 1,000 pieces. That one piece, like okay, is the size of the soul. That will come here in the upcoming slokas. Like okay, there is a it has not been in any assumption. That also been mentioned in the Puranas. Okay, what is the size of the soul? So that size of the soul is not going to change at all. Okay, that is what he say. This they have concluded by studying the nature of both. Okay, it has not been just said uh, randomly. They concluded by studying the nature of both. Okay, so that is what we stopped last week. So the section wise, we will. I don't know whether we will be able to because till 30, like the characteristics of the souls are coming. So let's see like how much we can cover. Avinasi tuvad tadviddi yena sarvam idam tatam vinasham avyaya yasya nakaschit kartumarhati. That which pervades the entire body, you should know to be indestructible. Okay, no one is able to destroy that imperishable soul. So there, here it is going to talk about the characteristics of the souls are coming. Okay, soul is imperishable. Perishable means like okay, which can have a lifetime. Correct. Okay, the whatever product we buy from the market, it has a manufacture date, it has an expiry date, correct? It is going to perish. The similar way, our body also, correct? We have the birth date and we are going to get like a death date also, correct? But the soul is like a imperishable, it is not perishable, and it is pervades the entire body. The entire body, like anyone can say how it pervades the entire body, which is not indestructible. Okay, how we can say okay, we are the soul, we are not the body? Under which concept, like okay, it can be realized? It can be realized by the consciousness. The soul is realized by the consciousness. Okay, while we live, we have the body, correct? After we die also, immediately like the body will be there still, correct? But what differentiates between a living body and a dead body? Only the consciousness, correct? uh, the consciousness makes us active in this body, correct? Once I die, now I am speaking, I am doing like I am moving my hands, I am doing like all the activity. I can drink the water, I can eat the prasadam, I can see Krishna's lotus feet, I can hear about the Krishna's glories. Okay, all these things I can do. I can smell the tulsi aroma and the garlands like I offer to Lord. All these things I can see, correct? But once I've been like okay, now I am alive, correct? Once I am dead, uh, my all the body parts are like a same, correct? Immediately, if you see, my eyes are going to be there, and my ears are going to be there, my hands are there, my legs are there, everything is there. But I've been called as a dead body because the soul transmigrate like from that living body to another body. Like the soul departs from that particular body, so that makes like the body as a dead body from the living body, and that can be realized by the consciousness. Okay, that consciousness been spread throughout the body, so that has to be understood. So that is the reason like a Srila Prabhupada very thoughtfully, very intelligently, like created our society as a international society for Krishna consciousness. It's not like okay, Krishna some other thing. Okay, he didn't create it in that manner. So created like okay, the consciousness is important. Even if I am in Dubai or like I am in Bangalore or I am in Chennai or any part of the world, if my consciousness, I can connect to Vrindavan, or I can connect to Mayapur, or I can connect to like any holy dham. That gives like okay the entire uh shukriti, or like a benefit of um visiting that particular dham. The consciousness is so important. At the same time, I am in Vrindavan, and I'm thinking about okay how I'm going to get more money, how I'm going to like okay get more fame, how I'm going to get like a more the increment or like a promotion in my office. By being in Vrindavan, if I am thinking about that, then it is of not much use, correct? So the consciousness is very, 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 very important. So how we can realize this, like wherever we are, we have to engage our mind, engage our consciousness to connect with Krishna. So that is what very, very important, because that consciousness pervades the entire body. That consciousness is the realization, like okay, how we can see the soul is present in the body. It is about the consciousness. Hope everyone is able to understand. There's this very important. So this philosophical thing, we have to go little detail so that you have the base strong, okay, our foundation is going to strong, then only we can learn about bhakti yoga and other things like a very easily. So that consciousness is very, very important. So here itself, like okay, the in the Vatara Upanishad, like okay, confirms this. Balagraha Balagra Tata Bhagasya Tatada Kalpitasya cha Baho Jivaha Vijneya Sa Chana Yaya Kalpate. When the upper point of the hair is divided into 100 parts, and again each of that part is like a further divided into 100 parts. There is nothing but okay, it is divided by like 1,000, correct? Um, each such part is like okay, measurement of the dimension of the spirit soul. Okay, that is the size of the soul. Okay, that is very, very uh, sorry, it is not 1/1,000, it is like a 1/10,000. 10,000 of the upper hair, correct? 1 divided by 100 and divided by another 100. Okay, so that much, like okay, the smallest of the particle is the size of the soul. So soul is imperishable and it pervades the entire body. These are some of the characteristics of the soul. Okay, like this, there would be 30 characteristics like have been explained by Krishna to Arjuna. Okay, so next sloka. Antavanta ime deha nityaso yokshada saririniha anashino aprame yasya tasmad yudyashva bharata. So Aprameshya. So Lord Vishnu, in the Vishnu Sahasranam also, one name will call us like Aprameshya. Aprameshya means like it is immeasurable. Lord is immeasurable, correct? But here, like okay, the soul is immeasurable. That is what like they are saying. The material body of the indestructible, immeasurable, and eternal living entity is sure to come to an end. Therefore, fight, O descendant of Bharata. Okay, the material body of the indestructible, immeasurable. Though we are able to measure the size of the soul, but still it is immeasurable because it is like a eternal living entity, which is part and parcel of Krishna. We all know the part and parcel of Krishna means like the soul characteristics, super soul, who is called as like a Krishna. So he is in which form in all of us? As a which Vishnu?
Paramatma.
Yeah. What is the name of that Vishnu?
Garbhodaksha.
Shirodak.
Kshirodakashayi or Garbhodakashayi? How many Vishnus are there? Huh?
Shirodak.
Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. So first is Mahavishnu, who is another name is like a Karna Udakashayi Vishnu. From him, like okay, all the pores of the his hair, okay, all the universes are getting formed, and from each universe, like okay, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu comes, where Garbhodakashayi Vishnu like is sleeping on the bed of snake bed, okay, who is Ananta Shesha. and from his navel, like okay, the Brahma comes, and his lotus feet is like getting massaged by Lakshmi Devi, and in that Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, like a lot of living entities are there, and in each living entity, like a Vishnu is represented as a Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. Okay, so these three Vishnus are a main thing, like which we already studied in the foundational concept, correct? So the material body of the indestructible, immeasurable, and eternal living entity is sure to come to end. How he is saying the material body is sure to come to end, correct? But the indestructible, immeasurable, eternal living entity, the soul, which is not going to be perishable at all. Okay, it is imperishable. Therefore, fight, O descendant of Bharata. Why you are having attachment or compassion to the bodily platform? Because Arjuna giving the reason not to fight, correct? He's saying, okay, I am not going to fight because I am having the compassion. But Krishna is saying, okay, don't have the compassion for the bodily platform. You can have the compassion on the soul platform, but not on the bodily platform. So please, like a fight. Why he is asking Arjuna to fight? Because as a Kshatriya, Arjuna's duty is to protect Dharma, uh, to fight for Dharma. Okay, to fight to protect Dharma. For that reason, if um, Arjuna is not fighting to protect Dharma, then the the adharma will like okay predominant in that particular whole society, which will create like a lot of issues for future generation. That is the reason, like he's saying, don't have the attachment towards the bodily platform, which is anyway going to come to an end, correct? So please like stand up and fight. That is what he's saying. Okay, Arjuna. Okay, next sloka. येन वेत्ति हन्तारम् यश्चैनं मन्यते हतम् उबहूतो न विजानीतो नायं हन्ति न हन्यते. Na I am. This you will see like in the whole until 30th sloka you see like a na I am na uh, many times. Okay, Hanti means kills. Hanyate means like a is killed. Neither who he who thinks the living entity the slayer, nor who thinks it slain is in knowledge. For the self slays like a nor not nor in slain. This is a little difficult to understand this loka. He's saying, okay, what Krishna is saying is neither who thinks the living entity the slayer. Okay, if someone thinks that, okay, I am going to kill the soul, I am going to kill that body, that is not correct. Nor he who thinks it slain is in knowledge. Okay, for the self slays not nor is slain. Okay, this we will read the purport. When an embodied living entity is hurt by fatal weapons, it is to be known that the living entity within the body is not killed. Correct? So, as we change the dress from, okay, yesterday I was wearing another dress, today I am wearing another dress. Like, okay, as I am changing the dress, similarly, like the body changes, sorry, the soul changes from one body to another body. So, the body is not getting killed. Okay, that is what Krishna is saying. The spirit soul is so small that it is impossible to kill him by any material weapon. Okay, it is impossible to kill by any material weapon. You take a size of a tip of a hair, and that tip of a hair, like a you divide by 100 and another divide by 100, like a so anyone can kill that particular soul, which is not possible at all, correct? As it will be evident, like from subsequent verses. Nor is the living entity killable. Okay, living entity cannot be killable. Okay, because of his spiritual constitution. Because we are part and parcel of the Lord. Correct. We are in us, like say the Lord is represented as a Shiro Dagashayi Vishnu. Correct. What is killed or is supposed to be killed is the body only. So it is body only. Anyway, body is going to be perishable. We have seen in the previous lokas, correct? Body is perishable, bodies come to end, okay, all those things, correct? This, however, does not at all encourage killing of the body, okay? The Vedic injunction is ma himsyat sarva bhutani, never commit violence to anyone. So even we should not kill the body also, correct? That is what our Shastra recommends, never commit violence to anyone. Nor does understanding that the living entity is not killed encourage animal slaughter also. Nor does understanding that the living entity is not killed. So living entity is not killed, so I can go and kill the animal because I am not killing the animal. Because animal also has like, okay, the soul and what to say, um, the body and soul, correct? So I can kill the animal and I can satisfy my senses like animal slaughter. That also not been encouraged. Killing the body of anyone without authority is abominable. That is what he is saying as a knowledge, okay? Killing of the body of anyone without authority is abominable. So how Krishna is saying with authority to Arjuna? That is what, like, okay, it is a concept of protecting, to protect dharma. We Arjuna has to fight, and in that fight, like, okay, while killing, it is not been considered as a killing. That is what he's saying, and is punishable by the law of state of as well as the killing of the body of anyone without authority is abominable, and it would be punishable by the law of the state as well as the law of the land lord. Arjuna, however, is being engaged in killing for the principle of religion and not whimsically. That is what been said over here. There is another way of understanding also. Okay, a military man, he can kill the enemies while he is in duty to protect the security of the land, correct, the nation. So at that time, like while he has the revolver and he can kill the enemies, that too also like not killing anyone by just because like he is an army man, he can't kill anyone. To protect or to safeguard the nation, he can fight. He can fight for the enemies. Okay, he can fight with enemies. So that is completely that that is completely acceptable, approved by the law, correct? At the same time, when that army man comes for the vacation to his hometown, okay, that time if he takes the revolver and kills like, okay, his for his personal thing, his enemy, nearby neighbors, okay, if he is killing, that is not approved, that is not accepted by the law, okay, because he is not killing for the higher purpose. He is, yeah, not as per the duty. He kills for his like a personal benefit, and he kills like a which is not approved by the law. That is what we can understand by this sloka. And while he is killing, while he was in the duty, it is not like he is killing the soul. He is just killing the body, like for to protect the, to safeguard the dharma or to safeguard the nation. But at the same time, while he is coming for the vacation, like he can't kill for his personal motive. Everyone can understand this. It is little hard to understand. The more and more we keep on hearing, we keep on going through, like we will be able to understand this better. Any doubt in this sloka? So the final conclusion is body cannot be, sorry, the body is perishable, and it is going to die anytime. At the same time, like a soul is imperishable, and no one can kill the soul. Okay, even for the self motive also. Okay, that is what. And to protect the dharma, Arjuna has to fight, even though like he is going to kill the body of all the Duryodhana and the Kauravas. It is acceptable by the law. That is what like Krishna is saying here. It may disconnect. Please reconnect again. So we will continue. So this very, very important sloka, 2.20. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन् Nayam bhutva bhavitava na bhuyaha ajo nityah shashvadoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sarire na hanyate. Hanyate means like a kill, correct? Hanyamane is being killed, okay? Sarire. Sarire means like the body. Atma is the soul, correct? So here he is saying na jayate. Jayate means like it takes birth. Mriyate means like mrityu, which is death, correct? Va kadachin, at any time. Kadachin means like okay, not past. Okay. So this is very, very important sloka. This 2.20 is very important sloka. Okay. So again, one more time, I will repeat the sloka. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन् नायं भूत्वा भवितवा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. So hanyate means like okay, it is killed, correct? Killed. So jayate means takes birth. Mriyate means like it takes death. So na jayate, for the soul there is no birth, no mriyate, okay, which is no death. Va kadachin, not present, not even in the future, not even in the past. Okay. So what has been said? For the soul, there is no death, no birth, not in the past, not in the present, not in the future. Okay, that is what najayate mriyate va kadachin. Nayam, never. I am having bhutva. Bhutva means like okay, having, coming into being. Bhavita means like a will come to be. Uh, So Vana Bhuyaga, again coming into be. Okay. Unborn. It is Ajaha means like a unborn. Nitya means like it is eternal. Shashvata means like a permanent. Shashvataha. So here they will say, okay, this material world is like, okay, Dukalayam Ashashvatam. Shashvatam means permanent. Ashashvatam, anything like a, which you add a in front of any Sanskrit word, now like a, it gives the opposite meaning. Shashvata means permanent. Ashashvata means like, okay, it is non-permanent. That is the reason this material world is Dukkha Alayam. It is a place of miseries and it is non-permanent. Okay, Dukkalayam Ashashvatam. So Shashvata means permanent, Ashashvata means non-permanent. Okay, I am Puranaha, the oldest. It is the oldest because our soul's um, existence is like when Krishna existed, from that time the soul is existence. Okay, that is what the reason it is so it is mentioned as oldest. Na hanyate, it is never be killed, and being killed the body. Like okay, so what it is saying is like the for the soul there is neither birth nor death. Okay, at any time. So that is what like have been mentioned. It is not. It is it is any time. Okay, no, for the soul, there is neither death nor death at any time. He has not come into being. Okay, he is not existing just now. Does not come into being like a. He does not come into in the past also, and will not come into being like so. He is ever existence, correct? That is what he is unborn. He is unborn. He is eternal and ever existence and the primeval. Okay, that is what been mentioned. He is not slain when the body is slain. When the body is getting killed, okay, or when the body is dead, like okay, the soul is not going to be dead. Okay, it is still going to be present only. It is going to be present all the time. Okay, so that is what been mentioned here. So there is no death, no birth at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, and ever existence and primeval. So this sloka, like we have to remember a very important sloka because all these characteristics of the soul, why we need to remember, why we need to remind ourselves is like then we will slowly get disengaged from the material world, material positions, material concepts, all these things. Okay, our attraction will go towards like okay the spiritual world, which is permanent, which is eternal, which is going to be like okay giving us the permanent happiness. Okay, we already saw, correct? Uh, the real happiness we can get only in the spiritual world, correct? So that is the reason, like there we will get Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means like, okay, the eternal. Chit means the knowledge. Ananda means bliss, correct? So it is Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda means Sat means like, okay, the eternal. Sat means eternal. Chit means knowledge, and bliss means Ananda. Okay, which is Sachit Ananda means Ananda means bliss. So the eternity of the knowledge as well as bliss we will get only in the spiritual world. Wherein contrary to that, the material world is full of Achit, Asat, and uh, no Ananda. Correct? Asat means like, okay, which is temporary. Achit means like, there is no knowledge, and Ananda, there is no Ananda means like, okay, it is full of miseries in this particular material world. This also we have seen in the foundational concept. That is the reason, like, we need to develop our consciousness to get away from this material world to go back to the spiritual world. How we can go? By doing the devotional service. This we have seen. Just refer that foundational slides, like, okay, again. So this loka also, like, you are able to remember. So it is najayate mriyate mahasada nayam bhutva bhavitava na bhuyah ajo nityah shashvadoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sarire. So what are the characteristics we have seen till now? Anyone can say? These two or three slokas we have seen. First is soul is
Soul is imperishable, body is perishable.
yeah. Then soul is not taking birth, not taking death, not it is not does not come into being, like it is always existing, eternal,
Immeasurable.
It's immeasurable.
It is immeasurable. It is not we can't, like, okay, destroy the soul. Okay, these are the things, but the body is like a destroyable. Till now we have seen these are the characteristics. Like this, there are 30 characteristics which is going to be explained by Krishna to Arjuna till 30th sloka. Okay, so next sloka, let's move. Veda vinashinam nityam yayena ajam avyayam katam sha purushaka partha kam gatayati hanti ham. O Partha, how can a person who knows that the soul is indestructible, eternal, unborn, and immutable kill anyone or cause anyone to kill? So now um, Krishna is saying to Arjuna, Arjuna is saying, okay, um, I'm going to commit sinful reaction, correct? Because I'm going to kill the Kauravas. I'm going to have like I will get a sinful reaction. That is what Krishna answering for that particular question. If you see the whole second chapter, this around till 30th or 35th sloka, uh, whatever that five reasons, like Arjuna saying not to fight, correct? Krishna is giving the responses for each and every question. Okay, oh no, this is incorrect. This is incorrect. Like, okay, you are not doing the any um, sinful reaction. You are not going to get any sinful reaction. That is what he is saying. Okay, how can a person who knows, anyway, everyone has to know the soul is indestructible, eternal, unborn, immutable, can kill anyone or like cause anyone to kill. So by saying this, like, okay, Krishna is addressing one point of like, okay, the sinful reaction you are not going to get because you are not the cause of the kill. The when the body is going to die, like, okay, that has been destined by his karma. So you are not the cause of that killing. That is what is saying. Okay. Then the next sloka. This is another important sloka. Vasamsi jirnani yata vihaya navani gragnati naro parani tata sarirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani dehi. As a person puts on new garment, giving up the old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material body, giving up the old and useless ones. So how Krishna is saying, okay, the body is useless. He's saying very authoritatively. He's saying, okay, body is useless because after we die, like the body is going to be perishable. They will call us a dead body. They will call us a dead body. But the soul is like imperishable. Soul is eternal. So as we changes our dress like each and every day, the similar way as a person puts on new garments, giving up the old ones. Okay, the soul similarly accepts a new material body, giving up the old and useless one. So let us not give like so much importance to the body. So we have to give importance to the soul only. That is what like Krishna is saying here. So soul is non imperishable and the body is perishable. So with this, like okay, we will end today's sloka. So let us go into the purport by going to the slide. Okay. All right. This all these things we have seen already. So from 2.16 we go. Oh, sorry. All these things I shared the this PPT also. Please like go through this. Very important, and we have to remember all these things. Okay. Because the second chapter is very philosophical thing. So we have to remember. So from 2.17 we have seen that which pervades the entire body, like okay, the entire body we have seen it is via consciousness. It is being like okay represented, and it is indestructible. No one is able to destroy that imperishable soul. That is what like Krishna says in 17th sloka. Okay, then in the whole purport, like the symptom of a soul, it is represented as an individual consciousness, as we seen here. Okay, the whole nature of the soul been explained over here. The consciousness is spread all across the body, like it is not particular to any body part. It is represented in all body parts. Okay, each and everybody is embodiment of that individual soul, which can be realized by that consciousness. The size of the soul, okay, 1/10,000, the tip of the hair, like that is the size of the soul. It is spiritual atom. This is a spiritual atom, smaller than the material atom. Okay, that we know, atom. Yeah, this spark is the basic principle of the material body. Okay, that is very important. So the size of the soul, like okay, been explained, and the size been explained already. We know like it is a tip of the hair, 1/10,000 of the tip of the hair. That is the size. The life airs, like okay, atomic soul is floating in 5 tons of air. Like okay, in our body, the soul is like okay, pervaded throughout the body, correct? By the consciousness. The life airs is like it is floating on the 5 kinds of air, which is prana, apana, vyana, samana, udana. Okay, these are the five airs like okay, in our body. Okay, the position where the soul is situated, it is situated within the heart and spreads like okay, its influence all over the body. So this is very important. That is the reason like they say heart is very important. Okay, because it is the place where the soul is like okay there. The soul places like okay it is situated within the body, within the heart. Okay, okay. Then uh, other thing is like a purification of the soul. When the soul is purified from the contamination of the 5 kinds of material airs, like it is spiritual influences exhibited. So while we purify all the 5 airs like in our body, it gets like okay, yeah, it gets like okay, spiritually it is purified, correct? Then influence of soul all over the body, which we have already seen. And the two analogy, like okay, one is active principles of medicine spreads all over the body. When we have any medicine, correct? Like we are, if it is a body pain, or like okay, if it is the tooth pain, or if it is any knee pain, we are not going to have the medicine like okay, for that particular body body part alone, correct? We are having that medicine. That medicine effect like a being spread all across the body, correct? The similar way, the soul is like okay, representation. The soul, the realization of the soul is felt all over the body. Okay, that is one analogy. The other one is like the sun pervades the entire universe and maintains it. Similarly, the light of the soul maintains the material body. Okay, what is meaning by analogy means like analogy is the example like how we can understand that concept in a very easy way, correct? How we are taking the medicine and it is spreading like all over the body. The similar way we can understand the soul all over the body, correct? The similar way like how the sun pervades for the entire universe. The similar way the soul can be like realized for the whole body. Okay, the conclusion is the consciousness is very important, so that we have to realize and we have to practice it. Okay, then he's talking about the Vedic science and the modern science. Okay, in the Vedic science, the individual soul is like a present in the body, in the heart. The modern science, like they are saying, how it is being represented. Okay, correct. That is what like I mentioned over here. Then never mistake like a atomic soul to be all pervading Vishnu Tattva. So again, analogy like if you compare soul and super soul. The soul and super soul we already seen. The soul and super soul both are same in the quality, but the size differs. Correct, in the quantity it differs. That is what like the difference between the soul and the super soul. This also we have seen in the foundational slides. Then Hatha Yoga and the purification of soul. The Hatha Yoga, whatever the Hatha Yoga, while we seen in the chapters, like upcoming chapters, we will be able to understand. We will be able to understand. Okay, how the whole there are Ashtanga Yoga is there, correct? In that Ashtanga Yoga, they will purify the air inside the body. That yoga or meditation, it is applicable for which yoga? This also we have seen in the foundational slide. Is it possible?
Yoga.
In the Satya Yuga, correct? Yeah. So in the Satya Yuga only it is possible. Just in this Yuga, like it is not possible because the Kali Yuga, the only meditation of the holy name or the chanting of the holy name is the way to reach Lord, correct? So that is very important thing to understand also. Okay, then the next sloka in the 2.8, the material body of the indestructible, imperishable, immeasurable, eternal living entity is sure to come to an end. Okay, so the body is going to the body is going to perish, and the soul is going to be imperishable. That is what going to be said. Krishna said here. So here again the whole thing like a soul is immeasurable, it is indestructible. We have to acquire this knowledge. Okay, body is going to be perishable, soul is imperishable. Correct. This we have seen. Spirit soul is important, not the body, because as soon as the spirit soul is out of the body, this and all we already covered. Correct. Like the body will be dead, called as dead body once the soul like departs from the body. Then practical application of Arjuna based on this, like Krishna is advising Arjuna to fight because he is not going to kill the body, but like sorry, he is not going to kill the soul. That is what he says. Okay. Then in the 18 and the 19 sloka. So the personalist and the impersonalist. The personalist, like they will see soul as a spirit and it never changes. But the impersonalist, like he will think, okay, a material body. He will he will think about like, okay, the matter which is related to material body, which always changes, Okay, so this also we have seen. These are the things we already saw. The soul pervades the entire body. The symptom of the soul is like a consciousness. Size of the soul we have seen. The place where it is located, it is located nearby the heart, and it can be felt on the consciousness. That you may see like various things are repeated because this is needed, because to understand this philosophical thing, like we have to keep on referring this. Okay, that is the reason I go through each and every purport also. Don't think okay it is repeating. The soul can neither kill not be killed. Okay, that is what in the 19th sloka Krishna says. Okay, the soul can neither kill nor not to be killed. Now, so living entity is never killed when the body is hurt by weapons. Okay, because at the end of the day, body is going to perish and the soul is like not going to perish at all. Correct? That is what been said. And the immortality of the soul, it does not encourage like a killing of the body. That doesn't mean that okay, the animal slaughter been encouraged. Like okay, it is not been encouraged. Okay, that is what been said. Encouraged. Okay. No, not encouraged. Animal slaughter is not encouraged. Like that is what I am saying. Then what justifies Arjuna's killing is like Arjuna was engaged to protect the dharma for that particular thing. Like and the principle of religion, he is fighting. So that is been approved by the law. Correct? That we have seen already. In the 2.20, for the soul there is neither birth nor death, and it does not come into be will not come into being. Like he is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. Okay, when the body is subject to six kind of transformation. That is little technical that we will see later. Okay, then it is old also. This is the six stages like the body undergoes, which is like birth, growth, sustenance, byproducts like a dwindling and a death. These are the six stages like the body go. The body will take birth, it will grow, it will sustenance. It will sustenance. Okay, it will do the sustenance. Then it will be like a byproduct, like a dwindling, then death. Okay, these are the six stages. Practical truth, soul never becomes old because like it is eternal. It is the what to say, it is the part and parcel of Sri Lord Krishna. Okay, that is the reason it is old and eternal. This we have seen already, the differences between the soul and super soul. Correct? The soul is soul and super soul by quality they are same, but quantity they are different. How we can say, and one more thing is like a super soul or supreme soul remembers what happened in the past, present, and future, but the soul remembers only what is happening at this moment. Okay, that is another thing. Who can understand the glories of the soul? Only one who free from the material desires, like they only can understand the glories of the soul. Correct? Then similar passage like verse found in Katha Upanishad, one word. Okay, this we have seen 2.20, then 2.21. One neither following. These are the things. So how Krishna is talking about the Jnana Yoga, the knowledge of the soul, all these things. Okay. From 2.11 onwards, like those are wise, lament neither for the living entity nor for the dead. All these things, like from 2.11 to 21, how he is saying like how he is talking about the Jnana Yoga, because the second chapter he is talking about karma, jnana, dhyana, bhakti yoga, everything. Correct? So that is how it has been explained here. I'm not going into in detail. The 2.21, like again, indestructible, eternal, unborn, immutable, kill anyone or cause anyone to kill. Um, analogy, like again, for justice, for peace, he's saying like, hey, you are not killing for your personal reason, you are killing to protect dharma. The surgeon's knife, okay, how a knife can be used uh, to uh, to cure any disease, like okay, for a person. At the same time, like a knife can be utilized by a thief, like to kill someone. So the similar way, the weapon or the soldier can kill someone, like to protect the nation also. At the same time, like he can use for his personal use also. So the similar that has to be understood, like even a weapon also can be utilized to protect the dharma, correct? That is how, like we need to utilize everything for a right reason. So how to justify Arjuna's use of violence is killing, like okay, to protect dharma. When Krishna orders violence, like it is for supreme justice. When Krishna asking Arjuna to fight, it is for supreme justice. For administration of justice, so-called violence is permitted, because if Arjuna is not killing, anyway, like they will be killed. Anyway, they will be killed by, like okay, Krishna. That is what he is going to say in the upcoming slokas also. So these are the characteristics we already seen. Okay, so neither takes birth nor dies, like it is unborn, eternal, ever existing, primeval, indestructible, immutable. Transform as a body, like okay, at the same time, body is like okay, it goes six changes, correct? It takes birth, remains, grows, produce offspring, and it dwindles, like it dies. These are the difference between soul and body. Okay. Then the next look for the soul, death is simply a change of clothes, like how we change the clothes, like a similar way, soul takes from one body to another body, like it transmigrates, like from one body to another body. So we will cover this purport like a little later due to the time limitation. Hare Krishna. Any doubts like till now, whatever been covered? I know like it is little hard to digest, or like okay, because of this philosophical thing, and it keep on repeating also. Please don't think that okay, we are keep on repeating. It is for a reason. It is for a reason. We have to understand this concepts in a very detailed manner. For that reason only, even Krishna like repeating again and again to Arjuna. It is for our own benefit. If any doubts, like please let us know. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Madhuri.
I want to ask how we realize we have soul, like how we
That is
can realize we have soul.
one
We
more
can
thing. That
feel soul.
consciousness. Okay. Okay. You have a child, correct? Your son or daughter. Okay. So when they are in hunger mode, okay, immediately you try to feed them, correct? So that's how you are realizing by your mind. Okay. How the connection between soul, mind, intelligence, all these things will be coming in the upcoming slokas. Okay. Just, for now, just to realize the consciousness is the realization of the soul. Okay. Can you go and fight with your son for no reason? Because your conscious is not allowing that, correct? Your good qualities are not allowing, correct? The similar way, can you go and fight with your neighbor like for no reason? It is not it is not acceptable or not possible, correct? Because your consciousness or your intelligence, your mind is not allowing that, correct? The similar way, the consciousness is the realization of the soul. That connection, how it is going to be connected from the mind to the mind and the intelligence, that we will see in the upcoming slokas. For now, you just realize, okay, it is going to be realized by the consciousness. The we want to do good. We want to do good to others. Like if not good, at least like don't do bad things to others. This is what we are thinking, correct? That is what the representation of a soul. That is what the consciousness of the soul. Hope I am able to
Hare
give
Krishna,
the
Prabhu.
answer, Mataji,
Yes,
now.
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Understood. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, Mataji. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhu, just to add to your comments, Mataji understood, but in simple way, I just want to say something like
Yeah, please, Prabhu, please. Yeah.
the different. Mataji asked how we can realize the soul. For example, uh, I am now living, and when I die, what is missing is the body will be there, but what is missing is soul. That is the realization. That is what we can say. We can realize that there is a soul. What is missing? Body is same, but the missing part is soul. Hare Krishna.
Okay,
That's what
Prabhu.
we
Hare
already
Krishna.
mentioned. Yeah, already mentioned, Mataji. Like so the living body and a dead body. The difference is like okay, only when the soul is departing that body, we will call as a dead body, correct? So similar way, like that soul, the realization is like okay, can be felt by the consciousness. That consciousness is nothing but okay, some force which is making us to do good things. Like okay, okay, you learned this one in the Shastra. Please learn that particular thing and practice it. That is what guiding us, correct? That is what the representation or realization of the soul. Okay, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. Got
Okay,
it.
now, yeah. So from now onwards, like you realize the existence of the soul and do more good to others, like okay, and yourself also. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Any other
Prabhu,
queries?
I have one question.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
So, Prabhu, let's say, as you mentioned, that soul resides in the heart.
Yeah.
And if somebody's heart got transplanted, so this soul got transmigrated or how?
Sir, near to heart, not in the heart. It is near
Yeah,
to heart.
yeah, correct. Yeah. It is near to heart, like the soul can be transmigrated only by the will of the Lord, correct? What, Prabhu? If sometime, like say, after the heart, they may get like some new life, correct? So if Lord wanted to make it in that manner, it is just by just the willing of the Lord, Prabhu, like a will of the Lord. So if he wanted the new soul like to bring him to that particular person without he going to the death, okay, it is possible only by the will of the Lord.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, this is same as uh, one more thing, like okay, when the baby is in the womb of the mother, correct? So at that time the baby knows or able to realize, the baby is able to realize what he has done. He remembers like what his past 100 janmas, okay, what he has been into. So at that time, like okay, when the baby comes out from the mother, that time, like okay, nearby that area, there would be like okay, two bones which would be pressed while the baby is coming out nearby the head. So at that time, like okay, the baby forgets all those 100 janma, and it comes like okay, without knowing anything. Okay, then immediately someone asks, okay, this is if the mother gets the normal delivery. What happened if the mother goes through the cesarean? Then the Acharyas explain how uh, how to make for that baby like to forget all those 100 janmas. Lord will have some way like while the cesarean happens also. So it is by the will of the Lord, like how he is going to make that situation possible. Okay, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Any
Hare
other
Krishna,
query?
Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. I want to ask if anybody do wrong things or wrong actions on
Yeah.
a bodily platform, but why the soul suffers in hell, or because soul is harmless.
Very good, Mataji. Very, very good question. Okay. Very, very good question. All these things will be answered in the upcoming slokas. Okay. How that is what we have to realize that okay, our body with our body, we are making our soul not go to Krishna. Okay. We are we are uh, we are delaying
Prabhu,
we are delaying the meeting of Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
just to give a small practical example for this,
Ah.
a person is driving the car. Okay, person is not the car, but he is driving the car. If punctures, that driver is also getting affected.
Yeah.
Not only the car. The same way, even though soul is within us and soul is not doing anything, the person is the material body is doing all the activities, incurring karma, but soul is also getting affected due to that karma. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhu. Yeah. So that's what Mataji, like, okay, we will learn all these things in the upcoming
Yes,
slokas, like in a detailed manner, how we are making our soul, like, suffer in this material world. Though soul is not having any suffering, soul is not going to be affected with anything because it is eternal. But because of our what to say, like, we have the independence, like, which Krishna gives us, that independence, like, we are misusing that independence, and we want to enjoy ourselves without Krishna independently. So that is what, yeah, that is what making us to suffer in this material world. Okay, this material world is Dukale Mashashvatam. Why soul is suffering? Like, because of our that independent enjoyment, like, we want to do. So that we will see in the upcoming slokas in detail, Mataji. Yeah, that we will be able to see that. I don't want to go like okay in detail of those things. We will be able to see that particular thing in the upcoming slides. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay. Good.
Yes, Prabhu.
These questions are like a very encouraging. Please keep on asking them because like we will go little slow only, but we have to cover all these things like in a detailed manner so that our foundation is strong. Okay. So please like requesting everyone, please keep on asking this kind of questions. You don't need to wait for the Saturday class also. You can mention it in the group also, which can be responded whenever like the time permits also. Hare Krishna. So it got extended today. Like thanks all for joining once again. Please keep passing this message to others. Like just that in that way, like we will preach to others also. Please encourage others to participate also. Hare Krishna. Please provide your feedback also if a session is like going too fast or too tough to understand, or like which I can do some improvement. Please like feel free to mention to me so that I will try to remediate like that in the future. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.